Hi, good morning. Now, today we shall discuss regarding voices. Say, when we use these voices, what is the in need of using voices? How many kinds of voices are there? Say, in fact, there are two kinds of voices are there: active voice and passive voice. What is the in need of using passive constructions? For example, if I say, he kicked the ball was kicked by him. Both gives similar meaning, same meaning. Here, he kicked the ball, we used only three words. The ball was kicked by him. Instead of three words, we used five words there. You may have a doubt what is the in need of using these five words once they are giving one meaning. యాక్టివ్ వాయిస్లో చూస్తే కేవలం 3 వర్డ్స్ మాత్రమే ఉంటున్నాయి. ప్యాసివ్ వాయిస్లో 5 వర్డ్స్ ఉంటున్నాయి. మరి 5 వర్డ్స్తో కూడుకున్నటువంటి వాక్యాన్ని ఎందుకు ఉపయోగించాలి? వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఇన్ నీడ్ ఆఫ్ యూజింగ్ ప్యాసివ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ దెన్? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, see, KCR gives subsidies to the poor. Subsidies are given to the poor. If you observe these example, here one is in active voice we say, another one is in passive voice we say. Say, KCR gives subsidies means we are focusing KCR here. We are giving a prominent place to subject. We are focusing only KCR. KCR gives subsidies. For example, if at all you don't want to focus the KCR, you want to focus subsidies. మనం కేసీఆర్ను ఫోకస్ చేయడం కాదు, సబ్సిడీస్ను ఫోకస్ చేయాలి. If at all you want to focus an object part, if at all you want to focus affected part by the verb, affected part by the verb is an object. If at all you want to focus an object, subsidies are given. Here you are focusing subsidies. If at all you want to focus object part, if at all you want to focus the result, you are in need of using passive constructions. Where we use these passive constructions? Generally in the newspapers we use passive constructions. In the newspapers, జనరల్గా న్యూస్పేపర్స్లో అన్నీ కూడా ప్యాసివ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ వాడతాం. బికాజ్ దే వాంట్ టు లైమ్లైట్ ద రిజల్ట్ పార్ట్. దే వాంట్ టు లైమ్లైట్ ద ఎఫెక్టివ్ పార్ట్ బై ద వర్బ్. కేవలం వర్బ్ ద్వారా ప్రభావితమైనటువంటి ఫలితాన్ని మాత్రమే పేపర్లో ఫోకస్ చేస్తుంటారు. So, in order to give prominent place to an object part, we use the passive constructions. In order to focus an object, we are in need of using passive construction. అంటే passive voice ఎందుకు ఉపయోగించాలి అంటే మనము కేవలం ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఫోకస్ చేయడానికి వాడాలి. Then what is meant by active voice? What is meant by passive voice? When the doer of an action is in subject place, those sentences are called active voice sentence. When the sufferer of an action is in subject place, they are called passive voice sentences. What is meant by active voice? When the doer of an action is in subject place, those sentences are called active voice sentence. When the sufferer of an action is in subject place, those actions can be taken as the passive constructions. డోయర్ ఎవడైతే పని చేస్తున్నారో వారిని కర్తగా చేసి చెప్పినట్టయితే వాటిని యాక్టివ్ వాయిస్ అంటాం. ఎవరైతే ఫలితాన్ని అనుభవిస్తున్నాడో వారిని కర్తగా చేసి చెప్పినట్టయితే దాన్ని మనము ప్యాసివ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ అంటాం. When you are coming to the active voice and passive construction here, for example, if you take an example, John murdered Wilson, Wilson was murdered by John. Here you are going to find the two sentences. One is John murdered Wilson, Wilson was murdered by John. Here you are divide a sentence into part by part. First identify the verb murder, murdered, murdered. So it is a verb. Verb precedes subject, verb follows an object. The fundamental structural part of a sentence is S plus V plus O pattern. Verb precedes subject, verb follows an object. And here was Wilson is the subject, was murdered is a verb, and by John is an object. Here you could find subject, verb, object. Here also you could find subject, verb, object. This statement is called active voice sentence, we say. Why it is called active voice? When the doer of an action is in subject place, those sentences can be taken as an active voice sentence. When the doer of an action is in subject place. Here the action done by whom? John. Doer of action. Do ante cheyadamu. Doer ante చేసేవాడు. ఎవడు పని చేస్తున్నాడు ఇక్కడ? జాన్. ఫలితాన్ని అనుభవిస్తున్నది ఎవడు? విల్సన్. Wilson is a sufferer there. So John murdered Wilson. John is the doer. Who is the sufferer? ఫలితాన్ని అనుభవిస్తుంది ఎవడు? Wilson. Here John murdered Wilson. When the doer of an action is in subjective place, those actions can be taken as an active voice sentence. తెలుగులో వీటిని ఏమంటామంటే కర్తని వాక్యం అంటాం. Here, when the doer of an action is in subjective place, those actions can be taken as an active voice sentence. When you are coming to the passive voice, what is meant by passive voice? When the sufferer of an action is in subjective place, those actions can be taken as a passive voice sentence. Here Wilson is a sufferer. Who is the doer? John is the doer. And John is the doer is accompanied with a preposition, and here it can be labeled as an agent. When the sufferer of an action is in subject place, those actions are called passive voice sentence. Here you come across John murdered Wilson is a active voice sentence. Here doer of an action is in subject place. Wilson was murdered by John. Here Wilson is a sufferer of an action. When the sufferer of an action is in subject place, those actions can be taken as a passive voice sentence. In Telugu we say karmani vakyam. It is called kartani vakyam. It is called karmani vakyam. And when the sufferer of an action is in subject place, they are called passive voice. When the doer of an action is in subject place, they are called active voice sentence. See, here you are going to find active voice and passive voice. What sort of the major changes you come across here? Just you observe. What are the major changes you come across? Here what happened? Whatever the John here in the subject place, that went to object place. That went to object place. And whatever the object sufferer is there, that became a subject place. Means subject became an object, object became subject. And whatever the verb you come across in active voice, this is called active verb. It is the verb is an active voice, hence it is called active verb. This active verb became passive verb. Once it is in passive voice, it is labeled as a passive verb. Active verb became passive verb. Here you could find three major changes. Subject become object, object become subject, active verb becomes passive verb. What is the difference between active verb and passive verb? Active verb ku passive verb ku teda emiti? What is meant by passive verb? Whenever you come across be form plus V3, that indicates a passive verb. See, most of the students will observe the by preposition. If you come across a by, this is a passive voice. If you don't find by, that may not be passive voice. You think like that. That is a false notion. By may be substituted with, sometimes by may be ignored. You should not think about passivization by observing by preposition. By observing the be form plus V3, you should have a confirmation by saying be form plus V3. Whenever you come across the be form plus V3, that indicates a passive verb. Here, be form was is there, murdered, V3 is there. Hence it is called passive verb. Here active verb become a passive verb. Now be form. What are those be forms we have got? Say earlier also we discussed in the tenses. There are be has got the three forms of it. Be, was, been. It is called V3, it is called V2 and it is called V1. This B form has got the 7 B forms. B has got the 7 B forms. Is, am, are, was, were, been, being. These are the 7 B forms we have got. Is, am, are is known as the present B forms. These three are called present B forms. And was, were is called past B form. It is called past B form. Been is called perfective B form. It is called perfective B form. It is also called past participle. It is also called as a past participle because it is a V3. Generally V3 can be named as a past participle. It is the present form, it is the past form, it is the past participle. So, it is called perfective B form and it is also called as the past participle of be. And being, it is called continuous B form. Why it is called continuous B form? Whenever you come across the V1 plus verb plus ing form, V1 plus ing form, verb plus ing form indicates a continuity of an action, hence it is called continuous B form. It is also known as the present participle. What is meant by participle? A word which partly used as an adjective as well as a verb is called participle. Past participle, present participle can be functioned as a verb as well as an adjective. And so present participle, past participle, past B forms, present B forms. In that way we have got the 4 kinds of B forms. Present B forms are is, am, are, past B forms are was, were, and continuous B form is being, perfective B form is been. And whenever you come across these B form along with the V3, that indicates a passive verb. Here, murdered is in past simple tense. Once it is in past simple tense, you have to use the past B form. That's why we used was here. And see, now you know what is meant by active voice, what is meant by passive voice, what is in need of using passive constructions, and what are the 3 major changes you come across while transforming active voice into passive voice. In order to give prominent place to an object part, we use passive constructions. In order to focus an object part, we use the passive constructions here. We are focusing subsidies. That's why we are using subsidies are given to the poor. For example, extremists kidnapped Naxals. In the next, extremist kidnapped a minister. In the next day, in the newspaper, you are going to find minister was kidnapped. But you don't find extremist kidnapped ministers small. No. Because they want to focus the minister. Minister was kidnapped. On the day you are going to find such type of titles. Here subsidies are given by CM. In small you may find. Say, in order to give prominent place to an object part, we use the passive construction. When the doer of an action is in subject place, they are called active voice sentence. When the sufferer of an action is in subject place, they are called passive voice sentence. And here you are going to find three major changes while transforming active voice into passive voice. Subject became an object, object became a subject. Active verb is going to become a passive verb. What is meant by passive verb? B form plus V3 is called passive verb. Here what are those B forms? We have got present B form, past B forms, perfective B form, continuous B form. Perfective B form is nothing but past participle, and continuous B form is also known as the present participle. And in that way we are going to have a B form. These are the fundamentals regarding once we are going towards the voices. And now we shall take in detail rules while transforming active voice into passive voice. Here you are going to find character reveals manner. The judge declared the verdict. He is explaining the lesson. She called him. Someone has picked my pocket. Postman will dispatch the letters. She will look after him. He has given a plan. Here you are going to find a few examples. And while we are transforming active voice into passive voice, what are the rules we follow? Now, first thing, first divide a sentence into part by part. While whatever the transformation it may be active voice into passive voice, or direct speech into indirect speech, or whatever it may be, and divide a sentence into part by part. Here reveals is a verb, character is a subject, manner is an object. Verb precedes subject, verb follows an object. Here declared is a verb, verb precedes subject, verb follows an object. And here is explaining is a verb, and the lesson is an object, he is the subject. And here she is the subject, called is a verb, him is an object. Someone is a subject, has picked is a verb, my pocket is an object. And postman is a subject, will dispatch is a verb, and letters is an object. And here she is the subject, will look after is a verb, him is an object. He is the subject, has given verb, a plan is an object. And here we divide a sentence into part by part, subject, verb, object pattern. Verb precedes subject, verb follows an object. That is the initial duty you have to do while transforming one form to another form. Now apply the rules. What is the first rule? Here object becomes subject. First rule, object becomes subject. What is meant by object becomes subject? Here in the object, whatever the accusative cases, whenever you come across accusative cases and nominative cases and accusative cases, which pronouns we use in subject place, they are called nominative cases. Which pronouns we use in object place, they are called accusative cases. Which pronouns we use subject place, they are called nominative cases. Which pronouns we use in object place, they are called accusative cases. And he, she, it, I, you, we, they are called nominative cases pronouns. And for these nominative cases, he takes him, she takes her, it takes it, I takes me, you takes you, we takes us, they takes them. and him, her, it, may, you, us, they are called accusative cases. These pronouns are used in object place. What is the first rule? Object becomes subject. Whatever the object you come across, that must be changed into subject. While you are transforming object into subject, if you come across only pronouns can be changed, noun can be used as is. And here, what is here? Manner. What is an object here? Manner. So manner should be written as is. Here the verdict, the article. Articles functioned as an adjective. What is the part of speech of the word the here? Adjective. Verdict is a noun. It is called noun phrase. So verdict, the verdict. Object became a subject. Here the lesson, in the same manner, the lesson. Whatever the noun you come across, that must be written as is. Here him is there, but you should not write as is him here, because it is an accusative case. Accusative cases must be changed into nominative cases. So him becomes what? He. And my pocket, my, say my is a possessive pronoun of I. It is a possessive pronoun. Dative one case. So I, me is an accusative case, my is a possessive case, dative one case, and it must be written as is. So my pocket. Here my pocket, you should not write I pocket. Me can be changed into I, my remains as is. And here the letters. Next, him. Him is accusative case. Accusative case must be transformed into he. See, for example, in case of him, me is there. Then what should be written here? I. And here he has given a plan. A plan. This is the first rule. Say subject became an object part. Whatever the object you come across, object must be changed into subject. Second rule. See, second rule is at most important. According to the tense form, use be or be form. According to the tense form of a given sentence, you use the be or be form. Say be form indicates the tense form of a given active voice sentence. Be form always indicates tense form of a given active voice sentence. So, according to the tense form of a given active voice sentence, you should write the be or be form. According to the tense form of a given active voice sentence, use be or be form. ఇచ్చిన వాక్యములోని టెన్స్ ఆధారముగా చేసుకొని బీని గాని బి యొక్క రూపమును గాని వ్రాయవలెను. బీ ఫామ్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా యాక్టివ్ వాయిస్ యొక్క టెన్స్ను నిర్ధారిస్తుంది. And here reveals, reveal, first form of the verb is added with yes or es. Reveal becomes reveals here. Third person singular subject, add yes or es, the first form of the verb, that indicates a present simple. And reveals present simple. Here, once it is in present simple tense, you have to use the present be form, that is am are. Here, how you are going to use the be forms? In case of the given sentence is in present simple, you have to use is, am, are as a be form. In case of the given sentence is in present continuous tense. Present continuous means what? Present be form along with the continuous be form. What is the present be form? Is, am, are plus continuous be form, that is the being is used. When you are coming to the present perfective tense, if the given sentence is in present perfective tense, you have to use perfect means there should be V3, isn't it? Perfective be form been is used. Been is used along with the auxiliary verb. So has or have plus been is used as a be form in case of the given sentence is in present perfect. If the given sentence is in present perfect continuous tense, there won't be any passive construction. If the given sentence is in past simple tense, here was or were is used as a B form. Was or were is used as a B form if the given sentence is in past simple. If the given sentence is in past continuous tense, in order to indicate the past form, you have to use the was and were along with the being is used as a B form. If the given sentence is in past perfect tense, here had plus been is used as a B form. If the given sentence is in past perfect continuous tense, there won't be any passive constructions. And if the given sentence is in future tense, here modal auxiliary will or shall or can or may is used along with the be itself is used as the B form. See, according to the tense form of a given sentence, you should use the be or be form. If the given sentence is in present simple tense, you have to use is, am, or as a be form. If the given sentence is in present continuous tense, you have to use is, am, or plus being is used as a be form. If the given sentence is in present perfect tense, has or have auxiliary verb is used along with the been as a be form. If the given sentence is in past simple, you have to use was, were as a be form. If the given sentence is in past continuous tense, you have to use was or were plus being is used as a be form. If the given sentence is in past perfect tense, had plus been is used as a be form. If the given sentence is in future tense, will or shall or can or may is used along with the be itself is used as a be form. ఇచ్చిన వాక్యములోని టెన్స్ను ఆధారముగా చేసుకొని బీని కానీ బి యొక్క రూపము కానీ వ్రాయాలి. Here reveals it is in present simple. Once it is in present simple, which be forms are used? Is, am, are. Is used for the third person singular subject. Am is used for the subject I. For the plural subject, you have to use are. Manner is the third person singular subject, hence you have to use is as a be form. ఇచ్చిన వాక్యం ఇక్కడ ప్రజెంట్ సింపుల్ టెన్స్లో ఉంది. ప్రజెంట్ సింపుల్ టెన్స్లో ఉంటే బీ ఫార్మ్స్ ఈజ్, యామ్, ఆర్ ఉపయోగిస్తాం. ఇక్కడ సబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది థర్డ్ పర్సన్ సింగులర్గా ఉంది కాబట్టి ఈజ్ అనే బీ ఫార్మ్ ఉపయోగించినాం. In case of the subject is I, we should use am. In case of the plural subject, you have to use are. Here the subject is third person singular, that's why we are using is. So, once you are using is, am, are alone, that indicates the present simple tense in active voice. Next, the judge declared the verdict. Declared. Second form of the verb is used. Once the second form of the verb is used, means it is in which tense? Past simple tense. Once it is in past simple tense, you have to use past be form. What are those past be forms we have got? Was or were. Was is used for the singular subject. Were is used for the plural subject. And the verdict is a singular. So, was is used as a be form. Once you are using a was or were alone, that indicates past simple tense only. See, that is past be form. He is explaining the lesson. Here is be form along with the verb plus ing form. Here you come across the be form. If the be form follows the V3, that becomes a passive voice. And here be form follows the verb plus ing form. Verb plus ing form indicates the continuity of an action. It is in continuous tense. What sort of the continuous tense it is? Is. Is means present. So it is in present continuous tense, not in passive form. So once it is in present continuous tense, you have to use the present be form along with the continuous be form in order to indicate the, already I told you, be form indicates always tense form of a given sentence. In order to indicate the present, if it is in present continuous tense, you have to use the present B form along with the continuous B form. What is the present B form? Is, am, are. For the plural subject, are. For the subject, I, am. For the singular subject, is. Lesson is a singular, hence you are using is. After that, explaining verb plus ing form, continuous tense. In order to indicate the continuous tense, you have to use the continuous be form. What is the continuous be form? We have got being. See, being is used as a continuous be form. Here is being indicates the present continuous tense. Here is indicate the present simple. Was indicate the past simple. Is being indicate the present continuous tense. Again, she called him. Called, it is in past simple. Once it is in past simple, you have to use past be form. What is the past be form? Was or were. Here was is used. Next, someone has picked my pocket. Has picked. Here you are going to find picked V3. But by observing the V3, can you say it is passive voice? V3 చూసి దీన్ని passive అంటామా? లేదు. Here V3 precedes auxiliary verb. When V3 precedes auxiliary verb, that is has, have, had, that becomes present perfect or past perfect. Whenever you come across V3 precedes B form, then only that becomes passive voice. V3 కంటే ముందు B form ఉంటేనే passive voice. V3 కంటే ముందు B form ఉందా? లేదు. ఏముంది? ఆక్సిలరీ ఉంది. వన్స్ ఇట్ ఈజ్ auxiliary means that indicates the present perfective tense. Once it is in present perfective tense, in order to indicate the present form, you have to use has or have. Say subject is singular, use has. Subject is plural, use have. Here my pocket is singular, hence you have to use has. Once you are using has or have or had, that takes third form of the verb. Here, if we take the been as a B form, that is the third form of the verb along with the B form. It is the perfective B form. In order to indicate the present, you have to use has. In order to indicate the perfect, you have to use the perfective B form, that is been. Has been indicates the present perfective form. So the given sentence is in present